Alright, بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. We are continuing with a storytelling session, and we've been doing the stories of the Prophets alayhi salam. And so far we've done quite a bit, and today inshallah we'll be looking at the story of Saleh alayhi salam. This is our seventh story so far. If you missed any of the stories, you can go back to the YouTube and just play the playlist, inshallah. Anybody who wants to participate, please raise your hand and we can begin, inshallah. Okay, so I see we have Anab and Dr. Shiraz Sultana. So we'll divide it into two, and then you guys can, let me see, it's like 1.5 pages or so. So we can do again, with Arabic, there's the punctuation, they're not full stops, so it's really hard to. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna end here. The first person is gonna end there, and then the second person is gonna complete. I think, yeah, you can try that. Okay. Anab will start with you, and then Dr. Shiraz would finish off, inshallah.
قصة صالح عليه السلام.
قصة صالح وحاحي. What's the حركة?
صالح.
He or?
The story of Saleh. It's قصة صالحة because
صالحة?
yeah, it doesn't take kasra, right?
Why not? Think through. Is Saleh Arab or non-Arab?
مدهود.
Think through that. There's a clue here, if you can be able to see it.
Yeah, it's Saleh. It's one of the Arab prophets.
Yes, so it's fully flexible. So it's going to be Salihin. Okay.
Yeah, صالحين.
Yes, قصة صالح
عليه السلام. بعث الله النبي بعث الله نبيه صالحا عليه السلام إلى قوم الثمود.
ثمود. Think
بعد
about
أن
ثمود.
ظهر
What is ثمود? Kind of a
ثمود. The nation of Thamud.
names
The
of
name of
places. Are they fully flexible or partly flexible?
places it's partly flexible. So
Uh-huh.
ثمود. بعد أن ظهرت فيهم عبادة الأصنام. عبادة الأصنام والأوثان. فأخذ يدعوهم يدعوهم إلى عبادة الله وحده. وترك إلى إشراك وترك so يدعوهم إلى عبادة الله وحده وترك الإشراك به.
Yes.
وتذكيرهم وتذكيرهم بما حباهم به الله. به الله من النعم النعم الكثيرة.
Mhm.
فقد كانت أراضيهم
Yes.
خصبة. أراضيهم خصبة.
Yes.
كما منحهم
كما
منحهم
منحهم
كما منحهم الله قوة ومهارة في البناء.
مهارة
أوكي، مهارة في البناء.
ب في البناء.
في البناء. وعلى رغم من تلك النعم، على رغم من تلك
أها.
النعم، إلا أنهم لم يستجيبوا لدعوة
دعوتي.
نبي
What's the relationship here?
دعوة نبيهم.
Yes. Go on up to here.
طلبوا منه أن يأتيهم بآية تدل على صدقه. أن يأتيهم بآية تدل على صدقه.
Beautiful. Maybe you can translate the part before we go on.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
yeah, I can try. Allah sent.
Yes, you can say sent.
Allah sent his prophet Saleh alayhi salam.
Can you guys still hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Alhamdulillah, sister, we can hear.
Okay. Anab,
I think Anab had a little problem with the network since evening.
Okay.
It was little intermittent, yeah.
Okay. So maybe, okay. So what we're going to do here, Dr. Sultana, you can go on. You can do this next part, and then we can try and translate.
Inshallah, I'll try, sister.
Okay.
فَأُرْسِلَ اللَّهُ
أرسل أسلم family.
أرسل, okay.
Yes.
أرسل الله إليهم الناقة
Yes.
من الصخر.
Yes.
معجزة.
Oops, sorry. معجزة.
Sorry, someone else continue because I got disconnected.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, Anab, we're just going to finish the text. Dr. Sultana is going to finish, and then we'll come back with the translation.
To yaddu. Is this to yaddu?
So think تعلم family.
تعلم. Okay.
علم يعلم.
علم. تويد.
This is a hamza.
تؤيد. Yeah, hamza. Yeah. تؤيد. تؤيد دعوة نبيه صالح.
دعوة نبيه. What do you think the relationship?
نبيه. Sorry. Yeah. نبيه صالح.
So Saleh, what would it be in this grammatically?
It should be file of the wayidu. Fail.
Not the fa'il. So let's go through the sentence. So أيد يؤيد, that's the verb. Like علم يعلم. So the fa'il is huwa, is the inside pronoun, inside huwa. Because when we look ahead, we can't see anything that is outside and rafa. So
sorry, this is anta zamir, right? Yeah.
Yes, anta. Sorry, not هو أنت.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yes, تؤيده.
So this should be Salihin because of he's Amir, which is going, right?
Yeah, so
Nabiyihi Salihin.
yes, صالحين. Yes, you're
Salihin.
right.
It can be Mubdal minhu, Badal for
Yeah.
Nabiyihi. Yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah.
واتفق صالح صالح اتفق صالح عليه الصلاة عليه الصلاة والسلام مع قومه على أن لهم يوما يشربون فيه
يشربون
شرب يشرب
بس يشربوا ويشربوا. I'm not so sure here.
شرب يشرب I don't know. I think so.
Somebody
يشرب
confirm.
يشربون سميع يا بنت ها
Okay.
وللناقة يوما
وللناقة.
إلا أن زعماء زعماء
Yes.
قومه
Beautiful.
الذين استكبروا يتفقوا so اتفقوا على قتل الناقة
Yes.
فعذبهم الله
Yes.
سبحانه بأن
We're gonna say an because it's coming with a verb. So an.
okay. بأن أرسل الصيحة عليهم
Say أرسل.
أرسل صيحة because it can't be صيحة yeah
Yes.
okay عليهم قال تعالى فلما جاء أمرنا نجينا صالحا والذين آمنوا معه برحمة منا ومن خزي يومئذ إن ربك هو القوي
So this is
يومئذ
yes.
مضاف اوكي يومئذ إن ربك هو القوي العزيز وأخذ الذين ظلموا صيحة فأصبحوا في ديارهم جاثمين كأن لم يغنوا اوكي كأن لم يغنوا فيها ألا إن ثمود كفروا ربهم ألا بعدا لثمود.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's look at the translation. Anab, you can go first, and then if Dr. Fazana wants to do the translation as well, you can do it.
شرب يشرب
يشرب.
yeah it's either سمع family 1 is سمع and also family 4 so to those two
أشرب يشرب, but I think that one is شرب
that one's
يشرب.
different, like it's to give to drink, but this one
Yeah.
right now is سمع, so I was like the root letter it comes in only 2 families.
Okay, good. So I think we did the right thing there.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. All right.
So I was so Allah sent his prophet Saleh alayhi salam إلى قوم ثمود, to the people of Thamud, after it became apparent to them.
What
Is it
came
like
apparent?
like after the worshipping of idols
Yes.
came apparent to them,
Became clear.
and والأوثان
Awthan is also idol. Like it's
yeah.
it's more or less the same thing. So al-asnam is idols, al-awthan like is
False
also
gods maybe, yeah.
gods. Yeah. You can say gods, yes.
After it became clear to them worshipping of idols and false gods, فأخذ يدعوهم إلى عبادة الله وحده, and it took.
So أخذ يدعو, this is maybe a topic we haven't done yet because it comes in advanced structures. So أخذ يدعو, I mean we did with Ustad but we haven't revised. So this is أفعال الشروع, you know, the fi'ls that mean to begin, like فطفق in the Quran. So you would say he began.
So they began
he
to worship.
أخذ هو.
Okay, he began. Like
يدعوهم.
this يدعوهم. Okay, they began worshiping, right? Because
أخذ هو version. هو أخذ هما أخذا.
And then يدعوهم.
هو يدعو. This is not, I see what's confusing you. This is not واو لجماعة. This is not واو plural. This is دعاء يدعو.
هو يدعو. Okay.
Yes.
So he began, he began worshiping.
Calling them. دعاء يدعو. هو يدعو يدعوان يدعون.
To call them. So
yes.
he began calling them to the worshiping of Allah.
Yes. Alone. وحده.
Yeah, to the worshiping of Allah alone. وحده. وترك الإشراك and living association به with him. Associating with him?
Yeah, associating partners with him or association of partners with him. You can say.
So and living association of partners with him, وتذكيرهم and reminding them بما حباهم به الله, what Allah love about them.
حباهم. No, I don't think it's حبا.
Oh, it's not حبا. It's not
no,
حبا.
It's not حب. Yeah, it's حبا. Like hab, when we make the dua and we say what's that? I'm forgetting.
ربي حبلي.
حبل. No, hab. That's hab. There's hab.
Yeah. Oh, this.
And then
okay.
and then there's hab. Hab is to award.
What?
A reward or award, like award somebody something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grant me.
Yeah.
Okay. So and remind them. Okay, and remind them with what he has, what Allah has rewarded them in terms of blessings, like
in terms of a lot of blessings.
Allah has granted them من النعم from the great blessings, from a lot of blessings.
A lot of blessings, yes.
كثيرة. From a lot of blessings. فقد كان أراضيهم فقد كانت أراضيهم and it was what's خصبة?
Fertile, sorry. This means fertile or productive.
Okay.
أراضي is the plural for أرض.
أرض, okay. I
Yes,
thought it was like رضا, like to.
Now you can understand what it's saying.
Yeah. So, and it was like fertile lands.
And
it was like,
their lands were fertile.
Okay, their lands were fertile. كما منحهم الله قوة. I don't even know what that is. What is منحة?
منحة again to grant.
Oh.
Yeah.
So كما منحهم الله قوة في البناء. Like as Allah has granted them, or they are granting, Allah has granted them strength, wa mahara. What's mahara?
Skills.
It's what?
Skills.
Skills. Okay.
Yes.
So, like Allah has granted them skills and strength and skills. Fil binai in the construction, or
Yes. In
in
construction or in building. Yeah.
In building. So He has granted them skills and strength in buildings. وعلى رغم من تلك النعم, and
رغم means despite.
Okay, despite all that, despite or on top of,
no, despite all those blessings,
despite all those blessings, إلا إنهم لم يستجيبوا لدعوة نبيهم. They did not answer, they did not respond.
Respond or
they
answer.
did not respond to the calling of their prophet. وطلبوا منه, and they demanded from him أن يأتيهم بآية, to bring them a sign that تدل على صدقه, that دل يدل. I know what it means in English.
To indicate or point or evidence.
That indicates, indicate his truthness.
Yes. Yeah. Or that will show his truthness, or that will indicate, or that points to his truthfulness. Or
that shows, I think we can say that shows his truthness.
Yeah. Any one of those. Dalla also, it can be used for evidence. So that proves. So the ayatin tadullu ala sidqi, for an ayah that proves his truthfulness. Okay, I hope that was clear. Any questions on that part before we go to the next one? Okay. Dr.
Yes,
Susanna?
Sister. All right. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent towards them a she camel from the mountains. Is it
from a rock?
Rock. Sakhri.
The rock, yeah.
Okay, from a rock as a miracle.
Yes, as a miracle.
Okay.
Because this is sifa, so we can use as.
To ayidu dawat nabihi salihan. This support. Okay, to support
okay, so this to ayidu, you can see it's a jumla, and it's nakira ba'daha al-jumla. It's something that is common followed by a sentence. So that means this is going to be a sifa. So we can either use mu'jiza.
Okay.
Or wait. It can you go back to an-naqa? Let me think. فأرسل الله إليهم الناقة من الصخرة معجزة. I think you can just go to the miracle, because there's no need for us to go all the way to naqa. So you can just say this is the sifa, so we can add who or which or that.
Okay, which supported the calling of his Nabi Saleh alayhi salam. Ittafaqa meaning? Ittafaqa Salihun. Okay, so Saleh alayhi salam admits.
Agreed.
So this is agreed. Okay, Saleh alayhi salam agreed. Saleh alayhi salam. So this is alayhi salam. So ma qawmihi, along with his home, that is with his nation, upon anna lahum yawman, anna, that for them a day. Yushrabuna fihi, that they drink, to drink fihi, from that yushrabuna,
like in that day they drink.
Okay, that they drink in it.
Yeah, so basically what they're saying is that وَاتَّفَقَ صالح عليه السلام مع قومه. So Saleh agreed with his people that they will have a day they drink in it. So they will have one day to drink.
And
وللناقة.
other day will be for the she camel.
Exactly.
وَنَافَقَةِ يَوْمٍ, and the she camel the other day.
Yes.
Illa, that is except anna zu'ama'a qawmihi, except zu'ama'a, that is
Leaders or the big guys, like we can say leaders, just the
okay.
elite or the leaders of his people.
Okay. Except that the leader of his people were those who istakbaru, that is to what to say, reject, right?
Who are arrogant. So
Istakbaru
istakbara, to be
were
arrogant.
okay, were arrogant. Ittafaqu, they were ittafaqu, they admitted. Is that admit?
Agreed.
They agreed.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Allah. Okay, upon Qatli, they agreed upon.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not able to see. They agreed upon the killing of the she camel.
Yes.
فَأَزَّبَهُمُ اللَّهُ, hence Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send on the azab on the
Uh-huh.
sabahum. Okay, subhanahu, because. Is it bi'an is because?
Or you can say with that or in that he
Okay,
sent.
in that. Okay, in that he sent sayhatun alayhim. Sayhatun is
literally a scream, like a loud scream or a
loud
loud
scream.
Yeah, let's go with
Yeah.
loud scream.
Okay.
Or loud
Allah.
noise.
Okay, he sent upon them a loud scream. He said, that is Tala, Falamma, whenever comes Amaruna, our order, Najaina, we give Najat is Najaina. Yeah,
Yes.
that is Tanjian, that to give Najat. That is
To
in
save.
English?
To save.
To
sorry.
save, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, to save Saleh alayhi salam and the people who had brought upon the Iman, Jo Iman, like, okay, Amanu, along with him, Birahmatin, with his Rahma, or from the Rahma of us, right? Minna.
Yes, from our Rahma, with
Minna.
our Rahma, you could say.
With our Rahma. Ain min khizin, yawmaizin, ain from khizin is
Khiz
the
is
day.
like you can say disgrace or humiliation. So I can write it.
Okay, the day of humiliation, huh? And from the day of humiliation.
And from save them from humiliation. Okay, so let's look
And
at the
save them.
structure. So نجينا صالحا والذين آمنوا معه. We saved Saleh and those who believed with him. And then this is like jumla, like it's coming in between. Okay, برحمة منا. ومن خزي. And we also saved them. We saved Saleh from. So you see this min. It's from, going back to this. Yeah. So we saved them from.
So Najaina will act up even here. Okay, this.
Yes.
نجينا
من خزي يومئذ.
Ji. Okay, and we saved Saleh salam and the people who followed him from the humiliation of that day. Huh?
Yes, beautiful.
Indeed, your Rabb, he is the one who is Qawiyun Azizun, that is most powerful, and Aziz is again.
So you can Qawi, you can say strong, like he's the strongest, and Al-Aziz, you can say Aziz, powerful, authoritative, mighty. Mighty is what they like to use, so you can say mighty.
He's the most powerful and the mightiest.
Yes.
Mighty. Wakaza and Wakaza lazina zalamu. That is here. Here captured, right? Akhaza will be captured.
Yes.
Captured lazina for those people who were zulm is
oppressed. Those who
oppressed. Okay, so a loud sound captured the people who were oppressed. So asbahu fi diyarihim. Asbahu, so they fell in their houses. Jasimina, that is with their face down, right? Ulat.
Yes.
Jasimina. Okay. Ka'an, as if, is it?
Yes.
Lam yaghnu, ghana yaghnu, as if ghana is in English, what they say? Ghana.
So here يغنوا فيها when غنى غنية يغنى, actually this is غنية family. When it comes with fi, it means to live or to exist or to dwell, to inhabit a place. So when Allah is saying lam يغنوا فيها, is as if they never existed in that place. They never lived in that place. They never inhabited that place. So that's how it is used. Yeah.
Okay. As if they never dwelled in it. Allah.
Yes.
So this is a cautious thing, like sunlo, like here
Yeah,
on,
you can,
here.
yeah. You can use
Okay.
verily or one of those.
Verily. Indeed, Samuda, the Samud, people of Samud, Kafaru, then rejected their Rabb, Allah Budan, li Samuda. Allah is again verily.
Yes.
Budan is
Away.
far.
Yeah, far away.
Far away. Far away was for Samud, li Samud.
Yes. So that's literal translation, but there are two ways of looking at it. You can say that, ala bu'dan li Thamud, far away were the people of Thamud, or it can be used as a prayer, as not a prayer, but more like a curse on the people of Thamud, like cast the people of Thamud. May the people of Thamud be cast. So there's two ways you can look at this phrase. All right, fantastic, guys. Great stuff. I don't know if there are any questions or grammar clarifications or anything.
This why was this sister? Ka'an? Because
yes.
whenever we see, we feel anna, like, right? Whenever we see this, we'll be normally doing as anna, inna.
Yes.
So why was it
كأن بأن. So because it's followed by a jumla fi'aliyah, when you have كأن, it has to have a victim. Remember, it has to have an ism.
Jumla ismiya. It should
Jumla
be on
ismiya.
jumla ismiya. Yeah.
Yes. So the shadda only comes with jumla ismiya. When there's no jumla ismiya, if it's jumla fi'aliyah, we put sukun. All the isms, all the sisters of inna. I like that.
Okay. Yes, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So this was masdar, sister. Khizyun. This was a masdar, hence mudaf, so it became khizy. And muzafile was yawma izin. Huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So yawma, because it's a varf, it's yawma, but before it came a mudaf, so it became yawmi. And of course, yawmi idin is also another mudaf ilayh. So that's why it's like that. Yeah, this is a masdar. Yeah. So there's something interesting that I was reading about jathimin. Actually, jathim, it means, the way the buds, like they stand, the way they stand, they're like patched like buds. And that's the word that Allah uses in the Quran, like فَأَصْبَحُوا فِي دِيَارِهِمْ جَاثِمِينَ. They became in their house, they became jathim, patched like buds in their houses. One meaning is, they fell in prostration, like they fell, their faces fell to the ground, like basically their foreheads were on the ground. But also the other meaning of jathim, when it is describing birds, is like when birds are patched up and their knees are cropped up. You could actually, like, imagine the picture that Allah is painting to us. Allah sent them a loud cry. That's what He told us. He sent them a loud cry. That's it. That's the explanation we were given. And subhanAllah, I was just thinking, imagine if there was a loud cry, what would you do? Most of us will go into a corner in our house and just patch our knees up like birds and hold them tight out of fear. Like, that's, Allah is trying to make us see the kind of fear that was driven into them when they were hiding in the corners of their buildings, patched up like birds with their knees holding like this out of fear, by just using the word jathim. And of course, probably some of them actually just fell down. Their faces fell down out of fear and out of the intensity of the whole thing. So I think it's a beautiful word because Allah did not use any other word. He could have used, they prostrated or their face fell to the ground or something, but he used this word jathim that kind of looks like, birds patching or so that's the image that came to mind, like, when your knees are cropped up and you're patched up like that. And I think it's a beautiful thing, imagery there in the Quran. Subhanallah. All right, guys. I don't know if there is any other question. Maybe what I'm going to do is just maybe take 2 minutes and read through the entire story, just so that we can you can follow along, inshallah, and we can end after that, inshallah. So قصة صالح عليه السلام. بعث الله نبيه صالحا عليه السلام إلى قوم ثمود بعد أن ظهرت فيهم عبادة الأصنام والأوثان، فأخذ يدعوهم إلى عبادة الله وحده وترك الإشراك به وتذكيرهم بما حباهم به الله من النعم الكثيرة. فقد كانت أراضيهم خصبة كما منحهم الله قوة ومهارة في البناء، وعلى الرغم من تلك النعم إلا أنهم لم يستجيبوا لدعوة نبيهم وطلبوا منه أن يأتيهم بآية تدل على صدقه، فأرسل الله إليهم الناقة من الصخر معجزة تؤيد دعوة نبيه صالح. واتفق صالح عليه السلام مع قومه على أن لهم يوما يشربون فيه وللناقة يوما، إلا أن زعماء قومه الذين استكبروا اتفقوا على قتل الناقة، فعذبهم الله سبحانه بأن أرسل الصيحة عليهم. قال تعالى بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: فلما جاء أمرنا نجينا صالحا والذين آمنوا معه برحمة منا ومن خزي يومئذ إن ربك هو القوي العزيز. وأخذ الذين ظلموا الصيحة فأصبحوا في ديارهم جاثمين كأن لم يغنوا فيها ألا إن ثمود كفروا ربهم ألا بعدا لثمود. Subhanallah. When you read the ayat of the Quran, it kind of tells you this story of Saleh reminds me of the fact that we have to be very careful when we ask Allah for signs. There are people who are like, I won't believe until Allah shows me a sign, or yeah, Allah, just make the light flicker a bit so that I know you're there. These people who do this kinds of thing, or yeah, Allah, just I don't know, make the candle flicker like this, or I don't know, make the wind, I don't know, do something. Like they ask Allah for a sign, and then what happens when Allah sends you a sign? What happens? And besides, hasn't Allah sent so many signs already? You just have to open your eyes and you'll see the ayat of Allah, the signs of Allah. When you ask Allah for a tailor-made sign to you, first of all, that is ignoring all the other signs that Allah has sent already. Endless number of signs. The Quran already has so many signs in it. And then you have the creation, and then you have وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ. Yani in yourselves, you also have signs. So many endless signs. You want to ignore all these other signs and say, yeah, Allah, no, I want a tailor-made, custom-made sign from you to me so that I know you exist. SubhanAllah, what kind of ignorance, what kind of arrogance, what kind of, rejection is this? And not only that, when Allah sends you that particular sign that you want, and then you disobey, that is a guarantee for punishment.
Yeah,
so we
that's
have
the
to be
end of
very
your
careful.
story. Yeah, like
Khalas, yani, that's it.
yeah.
That's it. Because you asked for the sign, Allah gave you a sign, and then you disbelieved. Khalas, that's when Allah sends His punishment, and you're done. There are people who ask in the Quran, like, why didn't they send us angels? Why is our prophet like just a normal human being? Why is it not angels that were sent? Allah says, if we send angels, it's done. It's, basically it's like,
There's no test, there's nothing else remaining. Like once
yeah,
the angels came, like it's like qiyam,
the end.
yawm al-qiyam. So
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's the end. It's like if I give you an exam and then you tell me, okay, so how about you just give me the answers? That the angels are the answers. If the angels come down, that's the answers. That's done. Khalas, the exam is over. It's no longer an exam.
Exam,
Yeah. So the purpose of exam is for you to actually do the exam, for you to strive and see and be able to do it. So yeah, so we have to be very careful and cautious when asking Allah. We shouldn't even ask Allah for signs because there's so many signs. And when the sign comes, we should be very careful not to disbelieve. Subhanallah. It's a powerful story, a reminder for all of us, so we can learn from this amazing stories of the prophets. Alayhimus salam. Any other contribution to that, or questions or comments or anything before we end?
So Jasmine is the original position of the bird, sister, you meant to say?
Yes.
It's
yes,
their original position, right? Where they
Yes.
stand normally.
Yes.
Jasmine, yeah.
So you imagine how people would stand like that.
Yeah. First time I'm getting the clarity of it. Like
Yeah.
now I can imagine how could have been they
How scared they were.
scared.
Just from a cry, not even from the cry was a punishment enough. So imagine what came after that. Subhanallah.
Had it been prostration, then it would have been a very good word for them, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't want it to use there, right? So
Yeah,
even that's the
but the
reason.
Mufassirun, the Mufassirun have also said, like, they fell their faces on the ground. That's also another explanation of the word Jathim. But also there's the word that is used for birds. So Allah used this, and you can use both. Like they were scared, they were standing like birds, and then maybe they fell on their faces. It could be either or it could be both. Subhanallah, I don't know. So they have
Yeah,
said
like
both.
when you are like, when there's a loud noise,
Yeah.
and you have that fear, you go to some corner, the way you said, like it's not like sajida, just sajida. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of thing
There's
going
something,
on.
it's a
That's why.
process. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And they're probably covering their ears, like the way they're standing like birds,
Yeah.
and they're covering their ears.
Exactly.
Amazing. Subhanallah. Did you understand, Dr. Sultana?
Alhamdulillah, sister.
Okay, great. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so that's the story of Saleh, one we're familiar with, and we're just refreshing our memories. So that will be it. Inshallah, next week we shall look at another story of one of the prophets of Allah from the Quran. If there's nothing else, I think we can end there. Okay, سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.